All right, let's dive right in. When you first log into a Cisco router, it can be, frankly, incredibly intimidating. Most people expect this boring, blinking cursor on a black screen, but I want you to picture something completely different for a second. Imagine a massive, glowing, heavily armored, futuristic vault door, and right above it, a neon sign reads Cisco IOS. Those heavy doors slowly unlock, they crack open, and this bright blue light spills out. You're not just looking at a piece of software here, you are standing at the gates of a high-tech fortress. So this brings us to the absolute biggest question for any networking beginner. How do you actually unlock this thing without completely breaking it? Because let's be honest, when you're first starting out, there's this very real fear that you're going to type the wrong thing into the command line and just crash the entire network. But today, in this explainer, we are going to safely and completely demystify that whole process for you. Okay, to get around safely, we've got to talk about the environment itself. Cisco IOS. That's the operating system that runs these routers. But listen, it is not like your home computer. When you log in, it doesn't just hand over the keys to the castle. Not at all. It acts way more like a secure military facility. It's structured with strict levels of security clearance. Basically, you have to earn your way into the deeper, more powerful areas of the system. Our journey into this vault is going to take us through 4 distinct levels of clearance. We'll start in the lobby, then we'll unlock the control room, step up to the architect's desk, and finally zoom all the way down to a specific cable. And here's the catch. You have to pass through each of these security levels sequentially. There are no shortcuts here. First up, Level 1, User Exec Mode. Welcome to the lobby. When those vault doors first open, you step into this sleek, clean, but highly restricted glass lobby. See that prompt? The word router followed by a simple greater than sign. That greater than sign is literally your Level 1 security badge. It tells you exactly where you are in the building. Now you might be wondering, what can you actually do in this lobby? Well, you can look around. You can check basic stats, like glancing up at a holographic display to check the system clock or just verify the router's name. But here is the absolute best part for a beginner. You cannot break or change anything. Zero. This is a completely safe space. You're just an observer right now, nothing more. Okay, moving on to Level 2, Privileged Exec Mode. We're entering the control room. To actually get real work done, we have to go deeper. By typing a single, incredibly powerful command, enable, the glass walls of that restricted lobby just drop away. Suddenly, you're in a massive, glowing blue control room filled with data streams. And check out your security badge now. That simple greater than sign, it just upgraded into a sharp, glowing hashtag. Boom, you are in privileged mode. The stakes are definitely higher here. In this control room, you have the administrative power to view the secret running configuration. That's the actual heartbeat of instructions keeping the network alive. You can reboot the whole system, you can save your work. But, with great power comes great responsibility. So when you're done playing admin, you just type disable to revoke your own clearance and step right back out into the lobby. Next up, Level 3, Global Configuration Mode. Think of this as the architect's desk. Say we want to actually redesign the network, not just look at it. We type the command configure terminal. Instantly, you step up to the central glowing orange holographic drafting table, and the entire blueprint of the network expands into the air right in front of you. And look at the critical update to your prompt. It now reads router config hash. That little config in parentheses, that's your Level 3 badge right there. So here's the deal with the architect's desk. Any command you execute here alters the entire router globally. If you want to change its fundamental identity, like its host name, or if you need to lock the whole system down with a master password, this is exactly where you do it. You are writing the rules for the entire building. Finally, Level 4, Interface Configuration Mode. We're zooming in on the specific cable. For this final, deepest descent, imagine you're looking at that massive blueprint at the architect's desk, but you realize you only want to adjust one single glowing green hardware port. You type a command like interface G0/0, and your view zooms all the way in onto that one physical connection. The prompt updates again to router config-if hashtag. That if stands for interface, and it's your ultimate security badge for the deepest level of the system. This mode right here, it's all about hyper-focused power. You aren't tweaking the whole building anymore. Here, you can turn on that one specific port, or give an IP address directly to it. Whatever commands you type now only affect this exact isolated piece of hardware. It is literal surgical precision. All right, time for the escape, backing out safely. We've gone as deep into the system as we can go, but navigating a secure facility is a two-way street, right? Getting out is super easy, but again, it's sequential. To leave this specific cable, you just type exit. That takes you one step backwards, zooming you out from the interface level right back to the orange blueprint of the architect's desk. Need to keep backing up? No problem. Type exit again. This pulls you away from the architect's desk and puts you right back out into the sprawling blue control room of privileged mode. You dropped your config powers, sure, but you're still an admin. And finally, you type exit one last time. This command marches you completely out of the lobby. Those heavy vault doors slam shut in front of you, leaving you safely logged out on a black screen. See? By understanding this chain of command, you're never actually lost inside the system. Which brings us to the core takeaway of this explainer. Master the command line to master the network. The Cisco IOS, it's not some chaotic jumble of text. It's this beautifully organized, highly logical system of spaces. And honestly, once you grasp the differences between the lobby, the control room, the architect's desk, and that specific cable, the entire system is instantly demystified. You've got the logic down, you know the visual cues, and you understand the strict security levels of the Cisco command line. You literally have the keys to the fortress now. So the real question is, what are you going to build next? Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I seriously encourage you to log into a terminal and try stepping through these levels yourself. Catch you next time.